Hey everybody, welcome back to another Tech Digest video. I know it's been a while, but we finally got some updates for the 8.6 for Latte Roku. So I'd like to call it. We're gonna get some things done today. Uh, got some updates, got some new parts in. I'm just gonna throw this out there now. It's June 7th, 2025, August 6th, 8.6 day. I hope and pray that we can turn this baby over and get the engine running. I'm not going to promise anything like it moving under its own power or driving down the road, whatever it is. You know, I have a very hectic life schedule, which is why there hasn't been too many videos or really any updates on the Tech Digest side, and really been relying on the people who have been, sending in some content to share with everybody. So I appreciate that. But yeah, let's see what we got. All right, so Hachi's over there. The Lexus is up there. Forerunners over there. Got some boxes over here. So the big update is wiring harness, ECUs. ECUs, notice I said plural. So we're going to be running now a Monsoon X right here. And we're going to be using CAN with the old FT350. So what we have here is a harness from my Wire Shop LLC. He built me this beautiful harness. It took a while, unfortunately there was a shop fire and he lost the shop, but he was able to get this done at home. So thank you for that, Rob. I appreciate it. Yeah, the harness is amazing. It's beautiful. There's a couple of leads that have to get terminated for some things that are custom to this harness, but it's a fully custom harness. You got your fuse box. Don't mind this. I don't know what that's for. That's mine. That's old. But we have some different things here. I believe this is the fuel injector harness. We have coil harness, starter harness, and a CAN harness. So we got some harnesses we're going to be looking at. And although I'm not going to fully install the intake, I have a diagram and I have all of the bolts and things that need to get put on the intake manifold. So we're going to go through all these, and yeah, we're going to get some little things done here. I have a bunch of other crap here too I got to take a look at, including wideband. There's my accelerator cable not going on today. Obviously, I'm not a welder, so that's not going to happen. Yeah, there's a bunch of little parts here and there. And underneath the hood, yeah, things have not really changed much, but we're gonna make some progress. I'm gonna make some brackets and get that intercooler. Oh, I'm sorry, intercooler. Wow, wrong build. Oil cooler situated. That leads me to a little tiny garage. Got that fan. It's really hot today, so I built this little setup. Don't mind this. These threads can hold like 700 pounds. I have 3 of the 4 needed for this bracket, but essentially, I don't have a lot of space. As you can see, it's kind of messy. But what I needed was a place where I can have a vise, and in the future, maybe some sort of grinding wheel, cutting wheel, whatever. So I got my little cheap setup. So essentially, I got a wall-mounted hitch. I got it off of Amazon for like 30 bucks. I got this hitch step from Harbor Freight for about 25 bucks. And then I got this little 3-inch baby vise that, can do what I need, which is essentially help with AN fittings, help with small brackets, just hold things in place. I'm not going to be doing any real crazy fabricating here. So this whole setup roughly cost me about 80 bucks. And then another Harbor Freight deal I got here is this grinding tool, this grinder right here. So if you notice, I got a little adapter. Well, where's that adapter at? Here we go. So I got this adapter here off of Amazon for like 10 bucks, and I'm able to use my Milwaukee batteries or DeWalt. So I don't really like having a bunch of different batteries, and Harbor Freight makes pretty durable tools for what they are and for the price. So got this whole setup. You can notice over here I have a pair of e-brake cables. So if you follow my Instagram, I did get the e-brake cables installed. That was pretty straightforward. Notice it actually works, which is great. We're going to walk over to my car real quick. Got one more thing I want to try out. Oh, excuse the mess there. Thank you, Matt. This is for Latte Roku. So this is a Chase Bays brake cable kit. It's kind of like if you're tucking brake cables or whatever, but I have some hard lines that are missing, and I'd rather just replace them with something fresher and new that's not rusted and, 40 years old roughly. 41 years old, I believe. My car's 85. So, yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, we're just going to see what we can get done today. Don't promise too much. It might be a little bit of a long video, might be a short video. Just going to get to it. So, all right, first thing I have is this bracket to cut. So I got some aluminum off of Amazon, pretty good stuff. It's light enough. Got some notches cut into it or marked off, and I'm going to cut each one and make some brackets with a little setup here. Mark the whole thing across, so that's what we're going to do. Not too bad. Got some metal shavings I got to get off here with a little grinding action. Not that kind. No ditty. But yeah, got 3 more to go. Seems a little bit more difficult than I intended it to be. Batteries keep dying. Grinder's putting a different load than the drill normally does. So yeah, we'll just take our time and get it done. All right, couldn't find my file, but got this abrasion disc. So let's just get some of this stuff off. Just want to make it smooth and make sure I don't stab myself in the future. It's actually working a lot better than I thought. All right. Smooth, baby. All right, so I'm gonna make a new bracket for my radiator support to my radiator bracket. So my whole gizmo that I made to hold my radiator, my oil cooler, I'm gonna use this, I don't know, steel thing. Got some bends I'm gonna start doing, so little by little we'll get it done. That was pretty brutal work, and these threads are not holding in. This is supposed to support like 300 pounds altogether. Each one of these is supposed to support 700 pounds and is pulling right out of my cinder block, so I'm gonna have to adjust that. Holy moly, this is really hard to make. All right, so I want to show my little janky radiator support bracket thingy. So this obviously goes to the car itself. That goes to that. And then the bottom obviously goes into the lower radiator support, which is pretty much part of the chassis. So yeah, it looks a lot better. You know, doesn't have to be too fancy. It's function over form here. All right, a little bit of a wardrobe change, but I had to go to the store because I needed a pilot drill bit, and I forgot a bunch of screws. Also, I needed to refuel myself and get some food in. So let's get some holes on this thing, and we'll keep going on the brackets. You know, one of those all-day things that you don't think is going to take all day. So that's one. We're gonna have the other three using some self-tapping screws. I'm sure there'll be a lot of comments on whether or not it's, you know, safe. But yeah, we'll show you how it goes through, and I think it'll be sturdy and it'll work. So let's keep going. Using some self-tappers to use my aluminum shelving kit to fit race car parts. That's all I got in me today to do. It's an extremely hot day. I'm working outside, but yeah, you know, whatever. The screws are a little ghetto spec, but I mean, it works. This thing is on sturdy. It's not like the screws are really interfering with anything. Tomorrow I'll put this in here, back where it belongs. Only other little update was this right here. I try to be like Cartoon NZ, the 1UZ wizard basically, and I worked on getting this kind of shaved down so it wouldn't have this huge bracket for the cam sensor. That's the only one you need when you have a standalone for the early spec non-VVTi 1UZ. So that's what I did there. Yeah, I got a lot of things to do here, man. There's just so many little parts, so many little pieces, and I'm pretty much just like throwing myself at it. You know, all of this stuff is going to come off. I'm going to have to get the air temp sensor located somewhere around here. thinking maybe up here, or I'll check this out and see if this throttle body has a spot I can use. But once I get the loom in, I'll kind of figure out where to cut a hole. Probably either going to be in this pipe, somewhere in here, or somewhere in here. Yeah, we'll go from there. But, you know, thanks for watching. Yeah, this is going to be pretty much like every other week, putting out a video showing my mishaps. And yeah, just thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting my ghetto rigged Lazzi Roco. But yeah, we got a lot of cleaning up to do. This messy little garage of mine. Yeah, I got some other pieces here. I have a throttle cable that I need to install. Like I said, rear brakes are pretty much done. We're gonna try that brake kit, but that's it. But hey, at least this car works perfectly fine, so I'm grateful for that. Anyways, thanks.